The holiday hustle is here, and sometimes the best gift you can give yourself is a quiet moment. What better way to unwind than in a cozy nook with a captivating book? The Sacramento Public Library is here to make that easy with hand-picked recommendations for every age that will have you and your family happily reading the season away. Our next guest selects children and teen books and materials for all Sacramento Public Library branches, as well as board and video games. Let's welcome Justin Acevedo. Hello, Justin. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes. Okay, so Justin, let's start off with the little ones in the family. For families with young kiddos, young children, what kind of magical adventure can they find in your featured picture book this season that you brought for us?
I brought it right here. Yeah, for the youngest reader, I've been really liking a picture book that you can practically feel and smell as much as read. And it's called The Bakery Dragon and the Fairy Cake by Devin L. Kurtz. Ember the dragon has a hoard of golden treasure just like any other dragon, but his golden treasure is warm bread that he bakes for humans and dragons. And one day, Turnip the Vegetable Fairy shows up with a special request, a birthday cake. Well, Ember doesn't know how to bake birthday cake bread, and every try seems to come out worse than the last until he's afraid he might not be a good baker after all. Well, with Turnip's help, he uncovers the power of the recipe and discovers a brand new treasure that he can bake for everyone to enjoy. It's a sweet little story about resilience, but honestly, just like the last Bakery Dragon book, the star of the show here is the absolutely sumptuous illustrations. Lots of golden, glowing gold tones with cool purples and blues. You want to dive right into the book while you read it. And what's cozier than freshly baked bread?
Yes, there we go. And you get the kiddos' attention with a really great story, too.
Yeah, sure.
And then for teens in our audience, what is the relatable journey at the heart of your highlighted young adult novel today?
So for teen readers, check out K. Jane by Lydia Kang. This is a book about Jane Choi, who has grown up her entire life not feeling quite Korean enough, to the point where even her non-Korean friends seem to know more about her own culture than she does. Well, with a baby brother on the way to make sure that he doesn't grow up the same way, she embarks on Project K-Jane, immerses herself in all things Korean, Korean food, Korean language, of course, watching lots of K-dramas, and vlogging her experience so that her cousins and her friends could follow along. But as she continues, she starts to kind of lose the balance between improving herself and creating content. And when a particular vlog entry goes viral, she's forced to contend with how little she's been considering those around her and what belonging might actually mean to her. Now, when we talk about cozy YA, a lot of people rightly turn to YA romance, but for people who don't read romances, I like to suggest books about teens that discover who they are and how to be true to themselves. And this one, which is about cultural identity and connecting with family, it's got lots of snappy dialogue, a satisfying ending. It really fits that bill.
I love that it has a cultural identity as well as there's like the tie-in with the vlogging, so teens can kind of be like, okay, this is also what we're doing too. So it has both the best ones.
Yeah, the fame of virality plays a part here, which is something that's very prescient right now.
Okay, something for our teen viewers, our young adult viewers to look out. And for the adults looking for a fun and witty escape, what can you tell us about the latest from the new genre of cozy fantasy fiction?
Well, I myself am a cozy fantasy reader. I think that the name that comes up a lot, both with me and with other readers, is going to be Travis Baldree. He was just recently in town because the third book in the Legends and Lattes universe has just come out last week. It's called Brigands and Bread Knives. And it is about the adorably foul-mouthed ratkin Fern, who is trying to escape the funk of a midlife crisis by opening up a brand new bookstore next to her dear friend Viv's bustling coffee shop. But she finds that her dissatisfaction with life keeps growing until one day on a lark, she decides to hitch a ride on a wagon with a legendary elven bounty hunter and her mischievous goblin sidekick, and becomes an integral part of this far-ranging adventure, goes all around the world and brings her right back to where she started from. This one actually has a lot more action and adventure than the other Legend and Lattes books, but Baldree brings that coziness to this one too, because it's really all about Fern realizing she needs to learn how to tell her own story before she can settle down and tell stories to others.
Yes, and we actually got to have Travis Baldree on the show. We interviewed him, great interview, so it's just good to hear that cozy fantasy fiction. It's having its moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's not going anywhere.
There we go. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and informing our viewers about some of the upcoming books they can read.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Thank you. And to our viewers, I'm going to let them know where they can get a little bit more info. Cozy up with a good book this holiday season. For more information, visit saclibrary.org.